Hey everyone, welcome to the NintendoFuse Podcast. This is episode 241, recorded on just November 22nd, 2021. About got ahead of myself, it's not yet December. November 22nd, 2021. And we're here to talk all about our holiday gift guides. We're going to talk about the Game Awards nominees and a lot more tonight. And my name is Steve. And of course, I am not here alone because that'd probably be boring for you just to hear me talk about video games. I'm also joined by Barry. Hey, Barry, how's it going?
Hey, Steve, always a pleasure. It's interesting being back on a Monday, but it's good. It's good to be here.
That's very true. Yeah, if you're tuning in, you're like, what is this all about? We did switch our recording date to Monday. Also joining Barry and myself is Greg. Hey, Greg.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
So great to have Greg back as he surprised us and joined us in our last episode. We weren't expecting him. But if you haven't checked out our last episode, be sure to do that. We also had a special guest on that one, and so make sure you check that out. But tonight we're going to be talking, like I said, all about our holiday gift guide, some suggestions for you, go over some the Black Friday deals that we know about and some other ways to find some great deals on games and gaming accessories and things like that for the holiday season. Also talk about the Game Award nominees for this year and a few other stories that we'll kind of hit. But if you're new to the podcast, be sure to hit the subscribe button on whatever platform you're listening or watching us on, whether that be Twitch live or YouTube live or after the fact, or your favorite podcast app. Be sure to subscribe, share it with other people, hit the like button if they have one, leave us a positive review, all those different things. That'd be so great. If you're watching live, be sure to jump into the live chat. We interact with you guys throughout the entire podcast to hear what you've been playing, your thoughts on any of the stories we talk about, anything like that. So you're kind of the additional member of the podcast, and so we're grateful for the chat. And if you're in there with us live, make sure you throw all your thoughts along with the stories and stuff that we talk about tonight. Before we jump into what we've been playing and everything, a couple just programming notes, a couple updates and things that are going on. Next episode will be on December 6th, and that's going to be two big things. Number one, it's going to be our last episode of 2022. We're going to take a month break before we jump back in January on January 17th. So next episode will be our last one for the holiday break, but it's also going to be our Game of the Year awards. So we're going to be given our Game of the Year awards. It's always a fun time to just kind of run down our favorite games of the year and see where we have a lot of games in common. Sometimes, like last year, we had a bunch of games that were not in common at all, and it's kind of cool. So the Game of the Year awards will be next episode. If you're in our Discord or social media, we'll let you know about like the categories ahead of time and stuff, so you can even maybe make your own list and throw your own list in there as well. And we'd love to hear what your games of the year would be as well. We also have an important, exciting interview coming up. Barry, you want to tell us a little about that? As you're taking a drink, sorry about that.
As I'm
timed it perfectly.
As I'm taking a drink. I had the extreme honor of sitting down with Valerie McLecky from Heritage Auctions. She is the consignment director specifically for the video game section. So we get to talk all about what Heritage Auctions does, what the procedures are in terms of getting games out there and what things have come through. And we also tackle the controversial video that came out that we discussed a little bit as well. So we get to hear Heritage Auctions' side of the story and the response that has happened since that video. So you're not going to want to miss it. It's a great interview, and Valerie's a great person. And we're looking forward to sharing that video with everyone.
Cool. Speaking of the chat, I mentioned earlier, Jakester caught me. It is not the last episode of 2022. For some reason, I've jumped ahead to the next year. It's the last episode of 2021. So I don't know. Last episode, I was talking about 2011. Now I'm in 2022 already. Who knows what's going to happen. Also, I know, Barry, you guys had a quick update around Premium Edition. You've got some cool, exciting things, but also important information for people that are out there and wanting to collect these games.
Correct. So last time we talked about the direct and about the games coming out. The games have since launched. They launched last Tuesday, so almost a week ago at this point. And the reception has been amazing, which I'm so happy about for these developers because these are three amazing games. And as of now, the Cathedral and Phoenotopia Awakening retro editions have sold out on our website. We were limited to 500 that we had available. Mighty Fight Federation's retro is close to selling out. It's right behind, so don't sleep on that. Meanwhile, the standard premiums will be open pre-order for the entire window until December 16th. So if you're looking for some great games to pick up, these three are phenomenal games and absolutely worth your time.
Cool.
PremiumEditionGames.com is where you can go get them as well.
Nice. That's exciting. All right. Well, let's jump into what we have been playing, and I'm gonna throw a curveball. Normally go in a certain order. I'm gonna go to Greg first. So, Greg, what have you been playing lately?
Oh my gosh, it's very unusual for me to be going up first.
He usually gets to sit back and relax and go, all right, you take it away. I'm just going to sit here and chill.
I know.
I know.
We Barry and I have been talking for a while. We're like, we need to toss it over to Greg and give him a chance to talk for a second.
Well, unfortunately, my list is much shorter than I'd like it to be. It's really still just Animal Crossing. I am super fascinated with that super expensive update from a Nintendo Switch Online upgrade. So been just building all the vacation homes for all these different villagers that stop by on the island all the time. So it's like at least 2 or 3 a day now. I'm already up to like 35, 36 of the houses I've already built. At 30, you get the special KK concert. So it's like that's like the conclusion of the story-ish mode. So like you could still build like infinite amount of these things like for every single villager in the game. So there's still some interesting themes that I come across, and I'm like, oh, I would like to build that theme. I haven't done a character with that before. So like there's that limited amount of island space. You can actually like use like the same island like plot for multiple villagers, and it doesn't like overwrite existing ones. Like it'll still be like a unique version of it for that villager as well. So that's been a lot more fun than I've ever expecting it to be, and then getting all those different skills and getting partitions walls for my island back home. And I know on the last podcast I also discussed I was doing like a major island renovation that's still like underway. I can't believe it takes that long just to redo an island. Um, yeah, so it's lots of mountains are changing, more water's being added, less water's being taken out other places. Flowers are got to be shifted thousands of times all around. It's very painful process. I never imagined it would be that much work just to move stuff around.
Nice.
Pretty much other than that, it's just been Fire Emblem Heroes, still kind of holding out on there and still enjoying the updates. Book 6 is right around the corner to be kicking off like the next chapter in the Fire Emblem saga, so it's looking forward to seeing that in the next month or so. I did want to play Metroid Dread, but that unfortunately was held off and still kind of behind on that. I know both you guys have already probably beat it, so I'd still like to play it more before our Game of the Year podcast.
It's a good one for sure.
We talked about it last time.
We did. Or was it 2 weeks
Two
ago?
times ago, actually.
Well, I guess we
two
talked about it last episode, but we really talked about it
Yeah.
2 episodes ago. Give a little game chat on it.
God, it's time's just going by.
Is this true? I had a meeting earlier with some other people, and it's a monthly meeting that we actually meet on Monday afternoons online. And I got to the point where I was like, guys, didn't I just see you the other day? There's no way a month has gone by after this, but time's just flying by for sure.
That's why Steve's a time traveler. So
Yeah,
it's 2022 and 2011.
Yeah, that's why I'm so confused. I've been all over the place. Looking at the chat, looks like Jakester has been playing a lot of Fire Emblem Three Houses, and playing Fire Emblem Awakening. His second playthrough of that, Tetris 99, also Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, and went and saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. He says it's a good movie. I also saw it. Did either of you guys get to see Ghostbusters yet?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Nope.
So Well, Jakester and I say it's a good movie. Amelia is in the chat and says she's been playing Doki Doki Plus for the Switch and Animal Crossing New Horizons and Pogo and FGO, a lot of mobile games, and also Overwatch for PC and Final Fantasy 14. And excited about the new expansion pack. Do you guys play together? Do you guys know each other? Or just a
I mean,
coincidence that you guys both
it
play
could be
Final Fantasy?
coincidence.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not. I mean, she could be somebody who's in RFC, in which case, welcome.
Yeah.
It could be completely coincidence because it's the number one MMO right now.
It's a pretty big game. It's like when you I don't know, you probably have had this happen before. We all live near big cities, and you're like, oh, you live near New York City. Well, do you know so and so? Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
Okay.
oh,
So
okay,
she is
does.
somebody. She knows yeah,
Nice.
she's in the episode. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining. There you
Yeah,
go.
cool.
I love the support.
Yeah, and
Not deserving of it, but I love it.
Jakester's excited. There's another FGO player as well, so that's cool.
There you go.
So Barry, what have you been up to lately? What have you been playing?
Uh, I like Greg. I haven't had the time that I would have liked to have to play games because I've just been so busy. Launching uh, pre-orders is very time consuming and been on so many podcasts over the past 2 weeks, which has been wonderful and very appreciative of everybody who has given me a little bit of time, but it does take a lot of time. So I have had very minimal time to play. But what I've done is I've done Animal Crossing, which has gotten me back into at least doing daily stuff. I haven't really dabbled in the DLC like Greg. I did like one house, but and there's so much new daily stuff to collect, new recipes, and the Cap'n Island and the Brewster, and just going through all of it, doing Harv's Island, just so much. So I've been running around doing all that, new items that obviously change my whole island because it's like, oh, I wish this item was there in the beginning of the game. Now I got to redesign everything. Still playing Pokemon Unite, although my wife is not playing it like she used to. She's taken a break this battle pass, except when I ask her to play with me, because of too many players that just don't know how to play the game, and then you lose, and it's frustrating. And she is a sore loser. She does not know how to lose gracefully, so she's like, oh, I'm just not dealing with it right now. My biggest problem is when you're playing a ranked match and you're with one or two people who don't know how to play and they just give up, and then you lose and you de-level your rank because of them, and I just don't think that's fair. I don't think it's right that you should be punished because someone's like, no, I'm not playing, screw you, because then it's no longer fair. So I really wish they'd do something with the ranking system. But I still enjoy the game. Still a lot of fun. The main game I've been trying to play when I've had the time is Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is phenomenal. It is such a good game. It is definitely something that if you like JRPGs, turn-based JRPGs, open world exploration games, you should play this game. It is tough, but it is fair. Almost. And I say almost because there are some times where you go up against the boss and he happens to be able to cast, or she happens to be able to cast something that your character is weak to. And if they target you with that spell, they can take you from full to zero in a shot, and boom, gone. And only your main character works. But it's also like Pokemon because you collect different demons and angels and stuff for your team. And you merge them together and do the moves. And it's a lot of fun. It's one of those things where I don't know if there's a demo available, but I'm very pleasantly surprised with how good this game is, and I really want to sink my teeth into it more. And I've been playing quite a bit, but I know I'm like level 25, I think, so I probably still barely scratched the surface of the game. But who knows?
Nice.
Maybe 40 or 50 is the end. I don't know, but I know there's definitely like extended post game stuff too.
Could someone jump in at 5 and be okay, or do they
100%.
need to know the rest?
100%. Yep. Nope. I actually didn't. I own them, but I haven't played the other 4.
Oh, okay.
Played Persona, but I hadn't played the other 4. So this is actually my first SMT proper game, and I'm loving it. I mean, SMT is pretty much just Pokemon, but instead of monsters, it's angels and demons. And this game also has this kind of different endings depending on if you choose the angels or you choose the demons. So it lets you pick. Like, you'll get a quest, and they'll be like, oh, this demon over there is empowering weaker creatures to stand up for themselves, which is getting them to go get killed. Where I'm providing the sanctuary for the weak creatures to stay and be safe, and I'll protect them. Could you go eliminate her so she stops sending people off to their death? So you go over there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm giving people a chance to fight for their lives and to make something of themselves. All she's doing is she's just letting people be a lesser of themselves. They're nothing. Like she's enabling them to do nothing, and I'm trying to encourage them to be something. So you have your choice. Which one do you want to side with? And you have to attack the other one, and should you defeat them, the one you sided with actually joins your team. So it's kind of cool. So it's like which of those situations is right? Well, neither is right. They both can be right. It's all about perspective. So you can kind of play the way you want to and craft the story the way you want to, which I think is really neat. I like that. I definitely recommend it. I'm having a lot of fun. So don't be intimidated. I definitely say give it a shot. If you like turn-based JRPGs, if you like monster hunting and collecting, and if you like open world exploration with like some platforming elements to get hidden items. It's also very generous. You can teleport between save points and stuff like that. You do have to pay to heal yourself, though. So another game I'm playing on the Switch is Way of the Passive Fist. I tried. This is a 2D beat 'em up, sort of. It's in line with a 2D beat 'em up, but instead you have to play defensive until you tire out the opponents and then beat them with one hit. And it sounds great on paper, but boy, is it boring. Like, I just want to beat the crap out of people and beat them up. I mean, picture Turtles, but instead of being able to just attack the Foot Clan, you have to sit there and parry and parry and parry until they finally get tired, and then you go bing. If that sounds exciting to you, then Way of the Passive Fist is for you. But for me, it just doesn't do it for me. I wanted to like it. The graphics are great. The sound is great. The presentation is great. The story is fascinating and interesting. The gameplay, man. It just doesn't do it for me.
It's an interesting concept to be.
It's a great, interesting concept.
A passive action video game.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It's
really
totally
seem like
interesting.
It goes along together.
And you know what? There's probably people out there that absolutely love it. And it might be your cup of tea. So I don't want like it's not like the game is bad. Like this controls like ass or this is horrible. Like it controls really well. It does everything it set out to do. For me personally, I just want to beat the crap out of people and beat them up. So take again, like it's all about taste. The game itself is not bad. It just doesn't fit my taste. Right. PC end playing 14. Not logging on as much as I'd like to. Again, due to time. Trying to finish up some stuff before Endwalker. I would have been telling you I've been playing 14 nonstop because Endwalker was supposed to come out this week, but last Friday it was delayed, so it was delayed till December. So I have a little more time before Final Fantasy 14 takes over my list. And on the mobile side, still doing Dragalia Lost and Mario Kart Tour, of course.
Nice. I think we're all in pretty much the same boat in terms of less time this last couple weeks. I played a little bit of Rocket League, and that was really the only game that I significantly spent any time with. I got a Legend of Zelda Game & Watch, so that's cool to play around with. I played the Vermin game. I don't know what the game that's on. It's Ball on the Mario Brothers one and the Vermin one. Mm-hmm. They're incredibly easy. Like, oh yeah, really, really easy. So I'm like, it got really boring after a while. After I was just dominating and like, I'm stopping. I haven't played the other games yet, but I just kind of toyed around with it and put it on my desk for a little bit before I realized like I don't want the cardboard box like being on my desk. It doesn't look as cool as I thought it would, but it was a desk clock for a couple days, and then I turned on Animal Crossing and I really just spent time killing cockroaches in my house and looking through the mail that I had neglected for the last like 6 months, and then got overwhelmed and turned it off in time for the podcast. My goal was actually I was going to play it last night and Just one thing led to another, and didn't get any time with it. So I turned it on for a few minutes before the podcast. That's the extent that I played it.
I was
So
gonna say I saw you sign online. I was like, wait, what?
yeah. So Greg, you spent a lot of time with the DLC and everything. Barry's checking out the new stuff. Now hasn't checked out the DLC. I turned the game on. I downloaded the update. That's
You
as
know
far as I
what,
got.
Steve? The largest journeys have to start with the first step.
There you go. I had my first step right on top of the cockroach, and then it came back when I came back to the other room.
You have to keep doing it until it says like you've gotten rid of all the cockroaches.
So annoying.
Yeah, there's
Especially
several, and they could
because
be in
it
any room
takes
in the
like
house.
10 seconds every time you go to a different room in the game. Oh, it's so annoying. But yeah, eventually I'll take care of my cockroaches, then I'll take care of the weeds, and then I'll venture out and check out some of the new stuff because it just bothers me to have cockroaches and weeds. Even though there's lots of other stuff that I can check it out, the OCD side of me needs to like clean up the island before I do anything else. So that's what I'm gonna be spending time doing, I guess. I don't know.
I still need to see your island, Steve. I've never been.
That's true. I don't think anybody's really seen my island. It sets your expectations incredibly low. Like it's not themed like either of you guys' islands. It is just basically a decent island. And it's something that I think I would maybe enjoy for a vacation if I went there myself. But it's not. It doesn't have all the different spaces and themed stuff and everything like that. I've not even come close to like collecting everything. Yeah, it's nothing special. But sometime I'll have you over.
It's yours, therefore it's special.
There we go. It's my special island that looks nothing like any of the really cool ones that people have showed off online. And Jakester says he has a feeling. That's true. Jakester says I have a feeling mine and your islands are the same, Steve. They probably are pretty similar. I've got a couple areas. I've got a little playground area on the beach. I've got some beachfront furniture and stuff like that. But it definitely I don't have like arcade set up. I don't have like restaurants set up or anything like that. Like no concert space or anything like that. I've got a couple guitars in my living room because I thought that was cool. I basically just I have a tendency to set Animal Crossing up like I would if I was like in real life. Like there's no like real fantasy out there at all. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna set up my living room like I would. Yep, big screen TV, table in the middle, a couple guitars on the side. Yeah, it's pretty much like my actual house. So that's my way of just bringing it into the fantasy world, my real life.
Yeah, I mean that's how I kind of been doing it too. It's like a more of a normal like a living room kind of design, or if it's like a kitchen, then it's like a basic kitchen design. I don't try to like go over the top and do anything, but I mean I still kind of like to create like some unusual rooms, like all that mermaid furniture is all in a single room, and I like the way it's all designed. And
Nice.
so like every single thing you get from Pascal, like every single recipe is all in that one room. And so it's like a mermaid bathroom kind of thing. 'Cause a lot of it is like a vanity and other stuff for like a bathroom.
Nice. I do have a podcast studio in my basement that we should use at some point to do something. It'd be fun. I collected all the cameras and the couches and the lights, and I got it all set up, and then I stopped playing the game. So
We should totally do that one time.
We should.
One of our
Yeah, that could be
episodes.
like an intro to the podcast. All three of our characters at Steve's house on his island, and just our little virtual characters like all just sitting there.
it could be fun. Now that you can turn off all the HUD and everything for the camera mode, we should try it out sometime. maybe during our holiday break. Well, let's move into our review for this episode, and Barry's got that, so I'll toss it over to Barry, and he can tell you about the. Oh,
I was saying before we do the review,
okay.
I do want to announce a little bit of giveaway because something we discussed a little bit, Steve, but we never even discussed it actually happening. But let's do a holiday giveaway. I think we should do a holiday giveaway for the time for the season, right?
Sure. Can I win?
Yeah.
No.
We'll do it on Twitter. So stay tuned to our Twitter. We'll put out a Twitter thing for it. But the prize, what we're going to be giving away, which you've seen already, Steve, is a copy of the Unofficial Amiibo book. This is done by Paul Murphy. This covers all the Amiibo. And what's cool about it is it's signed.
Ooh.
So we will be sending out a physical, so limited to the United States only because I'll be shipping it out. So want to do that and announce that. So that's going to be a little holiday giveaway, courtesy of Paul Murphy and NintendoFuse. So we'll keep you informed on that and probably do the winner on our next podcast.
Awesome. I did remember that. I forgot about it, but I did know that was going to happen. So
See,
yeah.
got to surprise you, right?
Again, I still want to win it. So we may have some
I was going to say,
competing interests here, but
does it have all the Smash Brothers ones, even the ones that aren't
Yes,
out yet in it?
it's got all the Smash. Well, it has just Min Min is the only one shown at the time because that was the last one announced. But it even has the Pokemon Rumble U characters, all the little minis. It's got the cards. It's got even like the gold ones, which are part of like the Japanese Monster Hunter champions. Detective Pikachu. It's got them all there. It's got little tidbits, a page for every character. Really cool. It's was done in Europe, so all the prices and stuff are European, but it's all English. It covers everything, and it's a nice little pocket size to show you. Like, here's my phone in comparison to it. So it's a good size, thick book. How many pages? Let's see. How many? 268 pages. So it's a nice little
and lots of
giveaway.
pictures
So
for people who don't like reading.
lots of pictures. Exactly. Very colorful.
There you go.
So thank you again, Paul, for allowing us to do that. So stay tuned to our Twitter, like I said, and hopefully you win. Just a little holiday thank you for all our supporters.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely check out our Twitter at NintendoFuse. All right, Barry, let's
Yes.
tell us about this game you've been playing and your thoughts about it.
Yes, so I played this a little while ago. I had this for review, so this is from East Asia Soft. It's called Rava and the Cyclops Curse. And again, this was given to us via code. So thank you very much, East Asia Soft, for allowing us to review this game. It came out September 1st of this year, 2021, developed by Gallup as well as East Asia Soft and published by East Asia Soft. This is a action platformer with a really cool mechanic. It's like an 8-bit style game, but the mechanic is you're a summoner and you have these different elemental summons, and each one does something different. Lunges bombs, or it shoots directly from forward, and there's different like blocks that can only be destroyed by certain elements and enemies that are weak to certain elements. So you're constantly switching between the four of them, trying to get through these levels. And you've got 10 different levels, and they're all just beautiful 8-bit graphics, very fluid, plays really really well. There's different collectibles and different obstacles to take over, which they're challenging. Like, I was going through this like this is going to be an easy game. No, it's not. The enemies are really really tough, because it's almost like Gauntlet, where it has like a portal and enemies are coming out of the portal, so you have to defeat the portal to stop the enemies. And sometimes just getting to the like a location to attack the portal is a challenge itself and a puzzle itself. So there's hidden items all over. There's hidden goodies to collect, and that's part of the fun, I think, of a platformer. Like, you could race from left to right, but to go for 100%, this game is very very challenging, just because of that. But the power ups are so varied that I think it keeps it fresh, because you constantly switching between these attacks. And if you like 8-bit style 2D platformers, if you like that old school bit of challenge to try and overcome, then I do think that this is definitely something that is worth your time and your attention. And like I said, I don't know, remember the price because I've got it downloaded. I'm sure Steve will pop it up right here. For us, $4.99. For $4.99, you can't go wrong. This is well worth that price if this is the type of game for you. Unfortunately, it's only digital now, but again, East Asia Soft did bring it out, and thank you again, East Asia Soft, for letting me review it. I had a great time.
Cool. Sounds fun. It looks cool. May end up checking it out sometime. Awesome. Well, let's move into one of our main stories for this episode, and that is our holiday gift guide. And just to let you guys know, like what is coming out this year. That you could probably get for the gamers in your life, or maybe yourself as well. But also just like let you know about some Black Friday deals, and give you some game suggestions if you're kind of looking for some suggestions around that. First of all, we wanted to kind of just show off before we jump into any of our suggestions. Let you guys know what Nintendo is doing this year for their Black Friday deals. Of course, like they have done for the last, like, I don't know, however many years the Switch has been out. They have the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe set, and this year it comes with also I think it's a 3-month subscription to, or 1 month, I can't remember, 3 months subscription to Nintendo Online. So that's exciting. And I believe this year it is the new edition of the Switch. It's not the old one that has the worst battery life. They actually put the new one in this year, opposed to previous years where it was like their old stock they're trying to get. So it's not the OLED one, but it is the newer one with the better battery life. Also, if you have not gotten Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, it will now be marked down considerably for the holiday season, and I think it's just for the holiday season. I don't think it's a new price for it, but instead of $99, it's down to $59. So that's a pretty significant discount. Also, they've got a bunch of different games on sale for $20 off. So that includes like Breath of the Wild, new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, Super Mario Maker 2, Link's Awakening, Splatoon 2, Paper Mario Origami King, Kirby Star Allies, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Astral Chain, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. All those games you can actually save $20 on this holiday season. And also, if you have not gotten Ring Fit Adventures, you can be able to save $25 on that game, knocking it down to only $54, $54.99, which is a pretty great deal. You can check out Nintendo.com/holidays, I think it is, if you want to check out all those deals. And if you can get your hands on it, of course, they do have the new Switch OLED, but it's kind of hard to come by right now. But it is a great deal, and a great gift for someone out there. Barry, Greg, where do you guys go when it comes to holiday deals? Where do you usually find some of the best deals out there if you're looking for stuff for yourself or maybe a friend or a family member? Barry, where do you go?
I mainly stick to Twitter to start with, just because so many people are sharing some great deals going on. But obviously, I check the major retailers, Best Buy, GameStop, stuff like that. I've also found a lot of publishers do some great deals. So Bandai Namco usually does a Black Friday deal, and I've gotten some great cheap games from them. Same with Square Enix. Their store, they usually like games like $5-10. Like there were $50-60. I was like, okay, and sometimes they do old stuff. Like Square has had like PlayStation 1 games, PSP games, DS games. like what? Okay. So sometimes you can get some really cool retro stuff. Those are the main ones I go for, just online. But definitely check out, there's places like Where is 64 on Twitter and Cheap Ass Gamer that are always, sharing some of these Black Friday deals.
Cool. Greg, how about you?
It's basically the same as Barry. I follow like a Nintendo deal, and that has like all the deals specific to Nintendo, and obviously the bulk of it is around the Switch because that's the most current console. So they even do like Amiibos and other things like that, like other merchandise as well. But also like Barry, I like to still get the classic paper on Thanksgiving morning and still check it out on like Walmart and Best Buy, GameStop, like all those major retailers and stuff. And depending on what's available, it depends if I will go get it and whatnot. So this year I've already been kind of trying to stock up on some of the deals already because I know my daughter's going really head first into wanting all these games. So I want to try to get those as cheap as possible. So like, I was able to already nab like All-Star Super Mario All Stars for $45 from Target. I was able to get Super Mario
Wow.
Odyssey for like 35. So it's like from Walmart. So I'm been kind of following those deals just to try to get the games as cheap as possible for that you want. So
Isn't it funny that people had all this brouhaha over Mario 3D All Stars being discontinued, and here you got it on a Black Friday deal still in stock?
That's true.
yeah, I mean I've seen them in my local Targets and stuff, and that's the one that are trying to sell them for like 45. So it's just like I,
That's great.
Nice. Nice.
Will you adopt me, Greg? That sounds like an amazing
I know,
holiday.
right?
yeah. So I mean I am kind of looking at like the Mario Kart home circuit thing, and also Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, because I'm sure she probably would like both of those. But
hmm
other than that, it's just kind of looking else to see what else is going to be out there this holiday season.
Well, right now, Amazon and Best Buy have both made their stuff live. Like going to Best Buy, I saw a lot of games that were like $20. They're like just already
Yeah,
discounted.
Mhm.
yeah. I already got 2 games for myself that were discounted from Best Buy. Got
I
the
think
Super
Target's
Monkey.
doing. Oh, go on. Sorry, Greg.
I was gonna say I'd gotten Super Monkey Ball and that collection, and also the Trials, the collection of mana for both of them were like $20.
Collection of Mana is such a good deal. I think Target's doing a buy two get one free right now on video games with a discount as well. Like a lot of games, like
Oh,
$20, and a buy two get one free. So
Yeah,
that's
so
not
yeah,
that's
so
bad.
it's
really
like the
good.
same as one as Amazon. It excludes all like Mario and Zelda games and stuff. It's like all the third party games, but I mean, it's
Still,
still great. I know I'm not discounting it any. There's still plenty of great games like Cruisin' Blast and stuff like that, and like Monkey Ball, obviously. So there's definitely plenty of great games out there that you don't have to have just like Mario and Zelda. But
Yeah,
just
that's
wanted a
cool.
clarification for anyone that is looking at those buy two get one free, that the mainline Nintendo games are excluded from that.
the most important thing there though is that Xenoblade Chronicles is on sale, so there's no excuse. Everyone should be purchasing that game. Done.
Still not low enough for me.
Oh God, Greg, you're killing me. You're killing me.
They're not paying him to take it yet.
Oh, Greg. Greg. How you wound me so in the holiday time.
That's true. We forgot to wish happy Thanksgiving to everybody in America.
That's it.
Looks
Xenoblade
like
2 is out of print, Jakester.
oh yeah, he's talking about in the chat. That's unfortunate. So can you still get Torna? Or is that out of print too?
Out of print too.
Out of print too. Yeah. Well, I'll sell you mine. I'm done with it. I don't need any more. Maybe it's how I'll buy the other one. All right, let's look at the chat. Amelia says debated going into Ratchet and Clank on the PS5 at GameStop since it's going to be on sale as well. I've heard really good things about Ratchet and Clank. Never played it myself, but heard really good stuff. And Jakester says grandmother got him Monster Hunter Stories 2, Metroid Dread, and Amiibo for Christmas. So that's pretty
awesome.
exciting. Yeah. So of course, it's always exciting to get games. It's always exciting to get a console. My first Nintendo, the NES, I got for Christmas. That was really, really exciting. But there's some people, maybe a console, maybe some like full price games are still stretching it. One of the things that I would encourage you to think about as well, Barry's not going to like this very much, but a gift card is also going to be a great thing to be able to get them because they can buy digital games with them. And Nintendo puts a lot of games on sale on the eShop a lot of times during the holidays. And so you can save a ton of money if you're willing to go digital with some games. And so getting people an eShop card for their stocking stuffer or something like that is a great way. You give them $20. If they wait for a sale, I mean, people can actually stretch that to maybe 3 or 4 games that they can actually get with that $20. So definitely check out the eShop gift cards. If you're also looking at different things that are not going to, take as much money to purchase and everything, you could also look into memory cards for some people as well. That's another great way to get some people some memory cards that they can use with their Switch as they're downloading digital games. But it does just take up some time, and memory cards seem to be coming down in price a lot of times as well. So those are a couple other ideas, and they have like 8-Bit Do has some really cool controllers if you're looking for some alternate controllers for people. It's another way of maybe getting a less expensive gift for your gamer friends and family over the holiday season. So maybe think about a controller from 8-Bit Do or something like that. Also Amiibo cards. Those are all great options as well. They have the new series for Animal Crossing Amiibo cards out. I haven't been following the cards, so.
And
Yeah.
it's been right pain in the butt.
Really?
we managed to finish our set, but we had to buy cards because Nintendo. This is what Nintendo does, and this is classic Nintendo. So for anybody going for the set, may the odds be ever in your favor, because it's a 48 card set. 24, which is 50% of the set, are special cards. The other 24 cards, the other 50% are regular villager cards. A pack is $6. In a pack of 6 cards, you get 1 special and 5 regular. So in order to get a full set, you have to buy 24 packs and pray that you get no doubles, because it's not split evenly. And a lot of sites, if they have the cards, are limiting it to like 1, maybe 2 per person. So it is ridiculous, some of the prices these special cards are commanding online, because the odds of getting them are so rare, because Nintendo split the set evenly, but they didn't split the packs evenly. And it's such a Nintendo thing to do. And then they didn't provide enough to retailers, especially at the holiday season during the Animal Crossing craze coming back in. It sucks.
Nice.
It's a terrible thing they did.
Nice. So maybe you can get Animal Crossing cards, Amiibo cards for your loved ones this holiday season, maybe, and just hope that they don't want a full set. Another thing that I was just going to say as well, for now, they seem to be readily available, is the Game & Watch for Zelda. Sometimes you might still be able to find the Mario one as well, but the Zelda one is still out there. It doesn't seem like they're making them in strictly limited quantities. It will be a special limited edition, but like the Mario ones, you could still find them on shelves way after they stop producing them. So that's another, a smaller, less expensive gift that, especially if you have a Nintendo collector or a Zelda fan in your family and friends that you want to get a gift for. I think the Game & Watch is definitely a fun little item that you can slip in their stocking or something like that too. So, yeah. Anything else you guys think people should be aware of as they're looking at the holiday season, Black Friday, all that stuff? Anything come to your mind that we need to make sure that our listeners are paying attention to?
Kind of like a follow up, at least on like the Black Friday thing. Like, they have Cyber Monday that follows. They haven't announced those deals yet, and that's really where all those digital games are going to be on sale that Steve kind of referenced before. So it'll be right like a few days before. They'll probably release like something. Nintendo will have like on their website, like, oh, here's the deals for this, and it's usually good for whatever, like a week or whatever, if that. So just be mindful to check in to see if the eShop sales are going to be going live like right around that, from like Black Friday through like Cyber Monday kind of thing.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to add to also check out if you have any local stores, like not like just Walmart, Target, like the big stuff, but maybe a local retro store or just a local game store that does carry new stuff as well as retro, because a lot of those, do some kind of Black Friday deals too. And since they're not online, they're a lot smaller. So you might be able to get some great deals while people, like everyone's rushing to Walmart or Target, and you go the other way and maybe you can get some good stuff. So check what they have too, if you have any in your area, because you can find some really cool stuff that way.
Yeah, that's cool. And it's always important to support local stores and everything too. So, yeah, I'm so excited. There's a new collectible store that just opened downtown in my town, and I talked to him the other day, and I was like, "Hey, you gonna carry video game stuff?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it's still back in the back. I'm unpacking everything, but I will have an entire game section, especially retro game section, when I get it full going." And I was so excited. So, probably not this holiday season, but maybe next year he'll have it all out, and maybe some deals for the holiday season as well. So. Let's move on. There was not a whole lot of news over this last couple weeks, but one thing is going to be happening really, really soon, actually on my birthday. The Game Awards. Thank you, Jeff Keighley, for putting the Game Awards on my birthday this year. I'm not going to be watching them because I think I'm going to be hanging out with my friends on my birthday. I think we might actually be going to Dave & Buster's this year, so I'll be playing games instead of watching them get awards. The Game Awards is coming out on December 9th this year, and we got the nominees. Thanks to you, Dave, for posting those on NintendoFuse.com. So if you haven't checked them out, we have the whole rundown there. And we got several games this year. Contrary to last year we didn't really have too many Nintendo games represented, but this year we actually do. So the big one, of course, is Metroid Dread being nominated for both Game of the Year and the Best Action Adventure Game. So that's really exciting for this year. And then I'm just gonna quickly run through all the rest of the nominees and let you guys know what they are, but then we'll get a chance to discuss them in just a second. But Best Action Adventure, you got Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. And then you have Best Indie Game nominees are 12 Minutes, Death's Door, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Inscription, and Loop Hero. Best Debut Indie Game is Kena Bridge of Spirits, Sable, The Artful Escape, The Forgotten City, and Valheim, I think is how you pronounce that, Valheim. And then Best Role-Playing Game, Cyberpunk 2077, Monster Hunter Rise, Scarlet Nexus, Shin Megami Tensei 5, and Tales of Arise. And then Best Family Game, which is normally dominated by Nintendo games. It Takes Two, Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, WarioWare Get It Together. Best Fighting Game, we have Demon Slayer, a bunch of words that I cannot pronounce. Guilty Gear Strive, Melty Blood Type Lumina, Nickelodeon All-Star Battle, and Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. Games for Impact games are Before Your Eyes, Boyfriend Dungeon, Chikori, Life is Strange True Colors, and No Longer Home. The best sports and racing games include F1 2021, FIFA 22, Forza Horizon 5, and Hot Wheels Unleashed, and also Riders Republic. Best multiplayer game is Back for Blood, It Takes Two, Knockout City, Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and Valheim. Best ongoing game are Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, Final Fantasy XIV Online, Barry, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Best mobile game is Fantasian, Genshin Impact, League of Legends Wild Rift, Marvel Future Revolution, and Pokemon Unite. And the best anticipated game are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Starfield. So those are the games that include Nintendo games within it. So a lot more categories for Nintendo this year, of course, including Metroid Dread being nominated for 2 awards this year, including the Best Game of the Year. So Barry, what do you think of this rundown this year and all the games that are all the categories that actually include Nintendo games this year?
I just realized Dave didn't include Game of the Year listed there.
Oh, it's true. Not the entire list is not on there. We just care about Metroid Dread being on there. That's right.
Yeah, yes, it's true. I think this year Nintendo, at least Nintendo games on Nintendo, have a little bit more of a presence, but a lot of it is still popular. It's just a popular contest, and I don't think that should be the case, especially when it comes to things like best indie. You know, all the stuff there are popular indie games. They're just popular, but that doesn't necessarily mean the best. And I really hate that indies, which are supposed to be, you know, lesser known games, now are almost have to be split into two. Those that are just take off, like Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. Everyone knows about that game. Like it was just made rifts. People talked about it. 12 minutes, same thing. Not saying they're bad games, but I'm saying that there's a lot of games that are also amazing that no one's talking about. So
Mm.
I almost feel like we need like two indie categories, like best indie that you actually know about and best indie that you should be playing but you have no idea even exists.
Point.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Because there's just a lot of those. I don't think Cyberpunk 2077 should be nominated for anything. I mean, the game has so many problems. If that wins anything, then that tells you that it's clearly paid. Because if you could release a game that needs a roadmap just to fix the game as it should have come out, and they're behind on the roadmap, wins over a game that delivers on all promises, then that's wrong.
Maybe it should have been nominated for the best anticipated game still.
Yeah, you know what? It could be. I mean, just really, it should be. But the categories, a lot of them are stronger this year, but there's some that you can just see coming like a mile away. I could safely say best sports slash racing game is going to go to Forza Horizon 5. Like I can just say that the game got like tens. Like there's no way that's losing, and I watch it lose, and I'm eating my words. But like, some categories you could just see like that.
Yeah.
Others, I don't know. Best family, I don't know. I mean, 4 of 5 are Nintendo stuff, but it's probably going to go to It Takes Two because It Takes Two is nominated for other things, and therefore they'll be like, "Oh, give us some money. Here you go." Because we all know it's all commercialized, so you really can't go into these being upset because you're going to be perpetually upset. No award show is going to please you 100%, but it's all a popularity contest, and there's money under the table. And no matter how much your votes are set, I don't believe they amount to much. I believe if there's money exchanged under the table, look at the darlings of these things. Like last year, it was it Death Stranding last year, or was it Last of Us Part
Last
2?
of Us 2, I think, and Death Stranding was the year
In
before.
the year before that was Death Stranding. Like you can tell, like, okay, clearly somebody is in bed with somebody else here. Like these are just it's too much. It's too obvious. Like make it a little less obvious. But I'm actually not seeing that as much this year, which I'm happy. I'm happy to not see one game go like, hey, this game got every award nomination. It even got nominated for best esports team. Like, no, don't do that. That's terrible. So overall, I'm happier with the nominations for the most part, and I do plan to watch because I'm hoping that there's some cool announcements.
Yeah,
But that's the main
absolutely.
reason I'm watching.
Yeah, for sure. Just to let you guys know, Dave did actually include the game of the year, or the game of the year category. I just skipped over it.
Oh, it's
My
up at the
apologies.
top. Yeah, there it
So
is.
Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village are the game of the year nominees. So that was on me. I forgot to read that section.
Yeah. So look, It Takes Two is nominated for Game of the Year. If it's nominated for Game of the Year, it almost feels like it's going to take Best Family.
Yeah.
Like you could look at certain parallels like that. There's nothing against It Takes Two. Plus, the guy who did It Takes Two, isn't that the same guy who was up there cursing all the time with Jeff Keighley, like they're buddies? So not saying there's a coincidence there or there's conspiracy there, but I'm also not saying there isn't.
Yeah. Might be the first year in maybe ever that Nintendo doesn't win the Best Family game. Greg, what do you think about these nominees and the upcoming show?
I think the person that has that It Takes Two knows how to include that word "two" because like The Last of Us Part Two won such sweeping distance last time
It's
around.
good
So
thinking.
they got the keyword in there, so that's probably why it's nominated for numerous categories and going to win there. So um, hopefully I'm wrong. Best Family has normally been like a chance for like one of the Nintendo games that doesn't make it into any other categories. So I mean, I don't know if like WarioWare would be able to make it, but I would think Bowser's Fury is a darn good thing. I mean, that's like a I know it's like a port from the Wii U, but I mean that was one of the Wii U's best games, and that is a very stellar multiplayer game that you can be enjoyed by like with the whole family. So it's even though the Bowser's Fury is more like single player with co-op kind of thing, but the main part of the game is still incredibly fun to play with the family. So really hoping like that one might be able to pull in there, but I don't know. I've never heard of the It Takes Two, so I don't know too much about it, but that's my hoping there. Um, yeah, I would really think that Breath of the Wild sequel would get that anticipated game because I hear rumors that they're going to have like a new trailer for that there too. So that'd be kind of nice coincidental thing right there to see like, hey, this won the most anticipated game, and oh, here's a new trailer for it. So that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind them buying their way in there. That'd be okay if it ends up getting some game footage and a trailer for Zelda sequel. I'm all for it.
Or it just might be Cranky Kong's available and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
That could be that. Yeah, for sure. Or we could get information about the new Super Mario Brothers movie again. Let's talk about the overall show because it does have its ups and downs, but I think one of the coolest thing usually doesn't always happen, but a lot of times it does happen is Nintendo makes a pretty good showing in terms of showing off stuff. They may not be in every category, but we've seen some really cool stuff shown off from Nintendo in the past at the Game Awards. Barry, are you expecting anything at all from Nintendo this year?
I go in with little expectations, hoping for something. Nintendo has done 2 out of the last 3 years. They've done Smash characters. They've also done Bayonetta 2 and 3. 1, 2, and 3 actually. They've done stuff like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So there's no new Smash characters, right? We know a lot of games coming for 2023. There's no more Nintendo Direct till January, February. So this is what we got is what we get. What I predict and what I would like to see and what I expect is for them to come out with Metroid Prime Trilogy and mirror what they did with Bayonetta, saying, "Oh, you didn't think this was all we did, right?" And then come out with a trailer for Metroid Prime 4, just like they did with Bayonetta. I think it would be a perfect cap to 2021 going into 2022. It's the 35th anniversary of Metroid, and we got Metroid Dread, which is great in the Amiibo, but I think that would be a perfect way for them to end, is to do that.
That'd be really cool. And then all of a sudden it says coming 2022, and then we get another anticipated game for that category.
Instantly.
Yeah. Yeah, Greg, what are you expecting? What are you hoping for this show?
Well, yeah, I usually keep my expectations low because I don't really follow a lot of the Game Awards. Like last year, I was able to kind of stream it a little bit, and it was kind of hard to sit through it. And yeah, like as Barry said, it was like they were using the Smash Brothers character reveal, so that was nice and easy to get a bigger audience. But um, obviously, I wouldn't mind if they did like Breath of the Wild 2 or even like more on like Splatoon 3. Metroid Prime 4 would be a godsend. I can't really wait to see more about that, but I don't know if that's something that they'll use to show it there. Um, and I've also been following on Twitter with like the Metroid Prime trilogy. I guess there's been some issues like trying to code like the second and third one, and they've only been doing Metroid Prime, the first one.
Hmm.
So I don't know if they're only going to be doing them one at a time, or they might only do the first one. I don't know. I saw some rumors about that, and that doesn't make any sense. Like why they would skip 2 and 3, but um, that would really hope that they wouldn't just announce like just the first one because I'm sure that would piss more people off than
Oh yeah.
make them happy.
Oh, you look, they did it with Pikmin, right? We're just going to
True.
give you 3 when we could easily give you 1 and 2.
Right.
But everyone's expecting the trilogy. I think if they just did 1, I agree with you, Greg. I think people would be just pissed off. Be like, what the hell? You're going to give us 1 and 4 and not include 2 and 3? They're older games.
Mm-hmm.
They ran on the GameCube and the Wii, for Christ's sake. They can run on the Switch.
It's true. I have the trilogy on Wii U. I forget that I have it because it's digital, and it's sitting there, and I don't, I booted up my Wii U a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh yeah, I have Metroid Prime Trilogy. I forgot about having that. But I think I got it like right before the Switch came out. There was some sort of deal, and I was like, oh sure, I'll go ahead and get it. And then I don't turn on my Wii U anymore.
Yeah, I got the original Wii version of it, and then I also have the digital Wii U version. So,
Yeah.
big supporter of the Prime trilogy and wanted to stay around, and really hope it makes its way to the Switch, where I'll buy it a third time.
Looks at Jakester says he's definitely on the wait and see train when it comes to the Game Awards, and I think that's really the safe place to be. Set your expectations low because it could be really bad. But yeah, you might be surprised. I don't know.
I just like the music. I love live music. I love live video game music, so I'm all for that.
It's true. There's some really good music there, and if you like kind of craziness and spontaneousness, that a lot of times things just kind of go off the rails during the Game Awards as well. Things that just not as polished sometimes, and they have some guests or announcers or whatever that just kind of just go and do their own thing. So that's sometimes fun to sit back and grab some popcorn and watch what chaos happens as well. So, well, that's the Game Awards. It's going to happen, like we said, on December 9th. Thank you, Jeff Keighley, for the birthday gift. But that's actually going to be after our next podcast, which will be our last one for 2021. So we'll discuss that and talk about it, of course, in our Discord. You won't get a chance to talk about it on the podcast because that'll come right before. We'll give our awards, and then they'll give their awards, which you really
we'll
care
talk about it in
our
January.
awards.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it'll be skewed for after they watch ours. So
That's right. We don't get paid for giving our awards out.
Exactly.
Although I
Ours are
wouldn't
all
be
personal.
opposed to it. No, just kidding.
We like it being genuine.
That's right. Although, money would be nice, but yes, we like it being genuine for sure. Well, let's move on to a couple quick headlines before we move into kind of our last section of the podcast for this episode. Greg, you want to tell us a little bit about the sales, and then Barry, remind us about a movie that's coming out.
All right, so Nintendo has their there's Nintendo sales results from the NPD group for October 21, and was pretty much they had a really long streak going, but I guess the Nintendo Switch had a streak that was broken, and then it just kind of reestablished its back at the top of the list, probably thankfully due to the Switch OLED model. So PlayStation 5 remains the best-selling hardware platform for 2021 year to date in dollars. It's Nintendo Switch still leads in unit sales, however, though. In terms of like the top 10 best sellers for Switch, number 1 was Metroid Dread, 2 Mario Party Superstars, 3 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which can't seem to be dethroned anytime soon. 4 Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, 5 Animal Crossing New Horizons, 6 Breath of the Wild, 7 Pokemon Sword and Shield, 8 Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, 9 Minecraft, and 10 Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
Yeah, and on top of that, if those sales results get you excited, you can do something else that's going to get you excited. Watch a movie. That's right. This Wednesday, just 2 days away, November 24th, 8-Bit Christmas is coming to HBO Max. We talked about it last time. This is the Neil Patrick Harris adaptation of the book, where it's pretty much going to be a Christmas story, but instead of a BB gun, we're going for an NES this time, so a little closer to home, a little more relatable.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know I'm going to be excited to watch it, but I have to watch that, and Hawkeye comes out on Wednesday. It's going to be a big week this week. And Thanksgiving, man, I'm just going to eat a bunch of turkey, sit on the couch, and watch some good TV.
Damn straight.
Oh, let's see. Yeah. Before we move into what's coming out over the next couple weeks until our next podcast, we just want to encourage you, if you have not done so yet, please follow us on social media. It's just a quick way for you guys to stay in the loop about what we're talking about, articles we write, um, any like videos that we post, anything like that is a great way to just follow us and also connect with us. Speaking of connecting with us, an even better way is to join our Discord. You'll see the link on the screen, and also the link will be in our show notes and the podcast, like the YouTube description and all that stuff. So make sure you head over to our Discord and you can chat with us in between episodes. We have a growing community over there of Nintendo gamers, but also just gamers in general. And we love just talking games with you guys. And as we're taking a month or so off for the holiday season after our next episode, that'd be the best place for you guys to kind of hear and what we think about different games, different news coming out, all that stuff. Just head over to our Discord. Yeah, our next episode is on December 6th, but until then, we do have there's a few games coming out over the next couple weeks. We'll scroll them on screen like usual, and then get a chance to also just kind of talk about what we are hoping to play. So I know Greg's really excited about Puppies and Kittens. We'll move on. There's other games to play, Greg. There's other games. I just remember we talked about that a few episodes ago. So I was like, oh, it's coming out this week. Yay. We're in that time of year where it's not like a ton of big games, but there are some games coming out. Pokemon came out recently. It's funny that none of us talked about playing it yet. Pokemon did make its way out. So if
I got it. I just haven't played it.
So yeah, if you haven't played it yet, there's a couple of Sudoku games if you're interested in that. Real Boxing 2. I heard that Real Boxing 1 was pretty good, but I've never played the second, the sequel of it. I'll keep scrolling these. Maybe some games that will stand out to you guys as you think about it. Big Brain Academy, Brain versus Brain is coming out on December 3rd, so that's pretty exciting. And also the Danganronpa games. I know Barry's really a big fan of those games. What are you guys hoping to play over the next couple weeks? Maybe it's some new games, or maybe some ones on your back catalog. Barry, how about you first?
My goal, and I say goal, I'm not necessarily going to complete this goal, but my goal is to finish Shin Megami Tensei 5. When Danganronpa comes out, I'm going to try and get through S as fast as possible. Not to rush the game, but just because Endwalker is coming out. And whatever Endwalker hits, if they delay it again, I'll get a little more time. If they don't, it doesn't matter. Like all other games, just going to go bye for the most part, except maybe Animal Crossing, maybe just like a little bit, or Pokemon Unite, just to do daily stuff. But it's all going to be Endwalker, and that's going to be like, you'll be like, hey, you got podcast time. We'll be like, no, Endwalker must play. So yeah, that's something I'm just super looking forward to. But yeah, if you haven't played the Danganronpa games, Decadence is a fantastic physical package. You're getting 4 games. You're only missing 1. But absolutely amazing games, and I highly recommend it. And I can't wait to mess around with S and just see all the different character interactions.
Nice. Greg, how about you?
I probably won't be getting Puppies and Kittens quite yet, but
I got it, by the way. I got Puppies and Kittens.
Did you? Nice.
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's a perfect game for Barry, along with like a date night bowling.
Oh yeah, my wife's in a bowling lead. Let's go.
Yeah, so I'll probably be more hitting the backlog. I really need to hit Metroid Dread to make sure I can give it some proper time before our next podcast, along with some other ones that I have neglected to play all year round, like Immortal Phoenix Rising, which will be eligible this time around, and I haven't even played it yet. So really hoping to finally branch off from Animal Crossing over this next 2 weeks. I really hope, but I'll have to see, because I know my daughter will love to just, gotta see what villagers are there today. So it's not always the easiest thing for me to do these days.
Nice. Yeah, I think probably over the next couple of weeks, it's with the holiday season coming up, with Thanksgiving and stuff, we will be around family and some friends and stuff too. So usually those are when I break out the Jackbox games, and so I've been holding off and getting the newest one. So, but this might be the time when I get the new one that just came out like last month, I think. So probably be playing some of those, and I do hope to get some more time with Animal Crossing before our next episode to be able to experience the rest of the DLC instead of just killing cockroaches and pulling weeds. And then I'm not looking forward to the paid DLC portion of it, but I'll definitely check it out. I was never a Happy Home Designer fan or anything like that, but it's cool that it's there, and hey, I get it for free with the Nintendo Online subscription, so might as well at least check it out. I don't think I was thinking through all the new games that are coming out, and there's nothing that really stands out except for like I don't think I ever owned any of the Big Brain games, Brain Training or anything like that. But this one, it might be one I'll have to, maybe I'll talk to my wife and see. Like it could be one of those games we could play together.
There's
So
a demo.
that could be
there.
fun. I think there is.
there's a demo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
try it.
just dropped it just a few days ago. I remember getting the email about it. So yeah, I'll at least check out the demo then. Of the new games, that's really the only one that really stood out to me. I like the idea of Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, but only so much time. Sorry, I scrolled down too far. That's not out yet. It's just winter 2021. So maybe, who knows? They may drop
Might be
it
out.
drop it on us. Maybe not.
Technically, winter 2021 is like January, February, March, or
Isn't
it
that
could be
weird?
December 21st to
So
the 31st.
We already talked about my birthday being on December 9th, and it hit me. Yeah, I've had many birthdays. I'm not going to tell you guys how old they Greg and Barry know, but many birthdays, and it wasn't until this year that I finally realized that my birthday is technically in the fall. I always thought I was in the winter birthday. Nope. It's not.
You're a
For
fall
winter
baby
doesn't
like
start
me.
for a couple weeks after my birthday. So, oh well, hey, learned something new, even after all these birthdays. Yeah,
You were this many days old.
that's right. When I learned my birthday is technically in the fall. Well, we like we said, we have so many ways for you guys to connect with us outside of the podcast with our social media and Discord and everything. Love for you guys to do that. You can also follow each of us individually on Twitter if you would like to do that. I'm Steve Cullum on Twitter, and Barry is Hawk Hellfire, and Greg is GamerGD3 on Twitter, and so we'd love for you guys to follow us on there. Barry, we got lots of stuff, lots of exciting things coming up. Give us a quick rundown of all the things we talked about, but also maybe some other places where they can find you. You've been on tons of podcasts, so maybe they want to hear more about you, and so tell them where else they can go.
Yeah. So, well, first off, we've got the new industry talk with Valerie McClecky coming out from Heritage Auctions. You do not want to miss that. That's going to be a great one. We have the unofficial Amiibo book giveaway. So check out NintendoFuse Twitter for that. So hopefully you win, and we'll do the winning drawers on our Game of the Year episode. And then premiumeditiongames.com, of course. Check out the games we have: Cathedral, Phoenotopia Awakening, and Mighty Fight Federation. You, again, don't want to miss out on these games. They are amazing titles. And even if you're not a physical collector like these two knuckleheads here, at least pick these games up digitally, support these developers. These games are absolutely worth your time. But I have been on a myriad of other podcasts lately. So if you do want to see some of them, I've been on Only True Gamer podcast, which actually was done at Retro World 2021. So it was like in the middle of the show floor, which was really cool. Nintendo Rama, I was just on their latest episode. Dialogue Box, Trevor's Game Corner, The Dragon Cast, Go Game Go, That Game Dragon, The Game Deflators, which we had a guest here, John from Game Deflators was here last time. I was just on their latest episode. I just got the notification that an episode of World 1-1 Hard Copy Hounds I was on, and just before this podcast. Literally, I filmed a podcast called Memory Card Memoirs, where we sat and talked all about Ocarina of Time. And what was cool about that is I was showing my age because I was the oldest one there. Another person there, really cool guy. He was 8 when the game came out, and another person was 1 while I was 16. So we got 3 different perspectives. I don't know when that one's going to drop, but that was a fun, really fun episode to record, and I'm just so thankful to all these people that actually want to have me on and want to talk to me, because I'm always up for talking and chatting. And I did also just do 2 other interviews with Premium. I did Premium interviews that are on their YouTube with the Cathedral and the Mighty Fight Federation developers. So check those out. Those guys are amazingly talented and very passionate people, and it was just an honor to also be able to talk to them too. They're awesome.
Cool. Yeah, be sure to check out all those podcasts and subscribe to them, show them some love as well. And, if they have the ability to leave comments or let them know that you really appreciate having Barry on, kind of show them that love as well. Greg, what's going on in your corner of the world? Probably like me, not nearly as many podcasts as Barry's been on, but what else is going to be going on in your world over the next couple of weeks?
It'll probably just be surfing those deals and just trying to pick up as many those discounted Nintendo games as I can. Because Belle's birthday is in January, so I could definitely easily hold some of them for that time. Because it's no time better than to get them when they're on like a super sale. So that's definitely something I'll be scouting out at least through this next week and whatnot. Pretty much not super active on socials right now, and I keep hoping to change that some point soon. But I still got a lot of stuff going around in my personal life that I'm getting in order, so I'm really hoping to have more of that taken care of throughout this holiday season.
Cool. Yeah. Speaking of which, that's a good point, Greg, with the deals and everything like that. Another plug just to head our Discord, because as you guys find things, as we find things, other people in the Discord find things. That's a great way to stay on top of things. Like I've been able to. That's how I got my N64 controller from Nintendo.com, because someone posted it in I think it was actually Barry posted it in our Discord, and I said, "Oh, it's available." All right, headed right to the website and was able to order it in time. So yeah, you can find a lot of those deals that people are finding and posting in our Discord as well. And I'm sure Greg would be posting them, Barry and myself, but also Jakester and all the rest of our people in the Discord would be posting some great deals there too. So yeah. We're excited for a Game of the Year awards. Going to be happening on a next episode, December 6th. So
that's always my favorite too.
It's going to be
I
good.
love that one.
It's going to be good. It's going to be lots of surprises, and yeah, I got to go back and look at a list and remember what games actually came out this year, because I feel like I played some old games this year that didn't come out, so I don't want to throw another Bayonetta in there like I did a couple years ago. So.
This is an interesting year because I already made my list in preparation. Then went back to my Switch and I started looking through the games I played this year, going back, and I was like, "Oh my God, that came out this year, and that this year, that this year." And so I'm like, my whole list. I need to redo my whole list. Hold on, there's going to be a lot of honorable mentions because there's a lot of great games this year, and a lot of it's like, let me just double check. Oh, that came out. And remember, our Game of the Year was December till November. So any game coming out in December of 2021 is not available for this Game of the Year. They will be for the next one. But December 2020 is, because we do the show December 6th. And we want to avoid another instance like what happened with me in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So we are being kind this time.
I forget. Would that have changed?
Yes.
The overall outcome?
That would have been my Game of the Year for sure.
That would have been our collective overall outcome. Would it have changed? I can't remember if we did.
I think it would have moved. I think it would have moved up to number 2.
Okay.
Like second place.
Okay.
Overall, maybe it would have been third. I don't know. Mario Odyssey was that year too, so that was a very busy year. But it would have changed my listing for sure if I didn't have only 3 days to play a 300-hour RPG.
Oh, plenty of time. I don't know why you couldn't get in time. Who needs?
I know
sleep?
you certainly made plenty of time for that game, right? You're always saying how you have no
Games-
time, but then
Yeah,
you
that's right.
have time for Xenoblade 2.
Well, you know what? You know what, Greg? If you played it, you would understand why I made that time for that game. All right? All right? So until you play it, you're missing out. You don't know.
Nice. Well, we are so glad you guys are here, especially our live audience. Thank you guys so much for joining in the chat room and sharing your thoughts. We saw some new faces tonight, which is always exciting as well. So be sure to tune in live if you never have before, especially Game of the Year. Game of the Year live is pretty exciting. So make sure you tune in December 6th. We'll be back with episode 242, the Game of the Year Awards for 2021. But until then, happy gaming, everybody.
Have a good one.
See you later.